in marketing, and I happened to take an accounting course, and I knew I wasn't that interested in marketing, and I knew I wanted to do something where I wasn't kind of set in one role because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I loved my accounting class. So I decided to switch into accounting. I also knew quite a few CPAs who were family friends growing up, and what I thought was interesting about it was that they were all in different industries and roles and professions, and because I saw that, I figured maybe that's a good option for me to keep my options open and knowing that I wouldn't have to do the same thing for the rest of my life. I started in public accounting. I'm still in public accounting, and so at that point, if you wanted your CA designation, you had to work in a public accounting firm. So I thought, like most CAs, that I would get in, I'd write my exams, and I'd get out of there. But when I started working in the firm, I felt that there was so much more offered than what you were hearing about at that time. So it wasn't just you're an accountant or you're a tax professional. You were able to offer value in these different ways to clients through business consulting and just general help. And I really liked how the firm is really centered around the accountant, and that's not usual for other companies. So being the profit driver of the company felt very rewarding. And there was a lot of opportunity to do different things such as recruiting and networking and being involved in other boards and corporate social responsibility initiatives within the firm, and that's really why I got into it. I brought today with me a picture of my family. So I do think family, and whatever you define as family, and your friends and your support group are so important. A lot of the times we're working so much of our day and you only get so many hours to yourself, and I think that we value those hours so much, and spending them with those people you care about and those people who give you energy to get through the day is really important. So that was one of the things I brought. And the other item I brought with me today is from my artsy side. So I really like doing really anything in the arts. I used to be a dancer. I really like crafts. So I recently started a mini business called Crafty with Addie. So I make greeting cards and design them and sell them on my Instagram page. And I found that is the greatest release for me. So it has nothing to do with accounting. It has nothing to do with organization. There's very little brain power required. It's just something I have had a lot of fun doing. And it's just so different from my day-to-day work. So I love being organized, and I love being an accountant and a CPA, but I also love doing something completely different and just having a place to let go of my stress and just not really worry about anything. I formed a Women at M&P committee. I found that there was a general opportunity from speaking to my coworkers and some of my colleagues that there was this gap between what people wanted their work-life balance to be and what they were seeing in the industry and in the firm itself. And so what I wanted to do was help empower these women to understand that you can achieve your version of work-life balance without having to sacrifice your ambitions or your goals. Since the pandemic, things have changed a lot, and specifically for women, I'm sure everyone's read in the news that women have been affected greater by this pandemic, and their roles as both at home and at work have somewhat suffered because of this. And I think that's kind of brought more attention to the fact that we do need to focus on this idea of how you define your work-life balance, and seeing that no two people are the same. No two people have the same experiences or want the same things out of their life. So understanding that, hearing from them, listening to what people are saying, and then helping to give them that vision that they have, help them to reach their own personal goals. So when I first got into the profession, I thought that CPA was all about black and white and all about right and wrong, and you have a T account, debits have to equal the credits, and I thought that that was what the role was going to be like, and that's why I thought this is a good stepping stone in my career, but this isn't what I want to do long term. But as I've been working on, and for the past 8 years, I've been able to progress through different roles within my organization. And I think a big reason that I was able to do that is because it's so much more than just being right or wrong. And it's so much more of providing client service and thinking outside the box and problem solving and looking at clients and seeing how we can add value to them. So I do not think this is a very rigid job. I think that that's what it's thought of as. The term accountant sounds like very by the books, but that's definitely not what CPA is about anymore. I was designated 6 or so years ago, and I've remained at the same firm I'm at, MNP, and I've progressed up to senior manager in part due to my designation. So I think that one common, I guess, misconception is that getting your designation is passing an exam, and that's just one part of this big project. And so really getting your CPA designation means you're getting skills in teamwork, you're getting skills in meeting deadlines, meeting budgets, working with people, teaching and training junior staff. And I think all of those skills that I've gained along the way have really helped me progress through my career. I think mentorship is so important. I think that it's a big focus at CPA, at my firm, at most places, and it's because I think the next generation needs that guidance, like as we also needed it when we were coming up through the ranks. And as coming from the experience you have gained over your time, I think that you're the best person to share that experience back with the next generation. And I think right now things are changing and there's so much opportunity, and without someone sharing that with you, it's a bit unclear as to what your potential is. So I think that mentorship is really, really important. I would say to any woman rising in their career right now that the possibilities are endless, and that if you work hard and you know what you want, then you should go for it, because I think that sometimes we hold ourselves back because we think that we can't do that or we can't achieve that and have our family or whatever other external factors there are. But I think especially in today's age, you definitely can. You can achieve everything you want to, and you just need to be vocal about it, because I think that's what holds us back so much, is that we're not saying what we want, and so then we're not getting what we want. So I think that's the biggest part, is that you speak your truth, and then hopefully somebody can help guide you on that right path. So my leadership style is diplomatic. I really like to push people to be the best version of themselves, but I also like to know what people's goals are and help them to achieve that. I think that there's no two people who are the same, and if we can strive to help everyone reach their own goals, as a team we succeed.